It's November and I don't know about you, but this month feels like we're standing at the edge of the year that isn't even here yet. Prices are still weird, feels heavier than they should, and every week the headlines get a little more creative. But two stories hit the news this week that made me put down my coffee, blink twice, and say, okay, what exactly are we doing now? Because on one side, we got the Supreme Court possibly giving Trump or any president the power to levy tariffs without Congress. And on the other side, we got a brand new idea being floated again. The 50-year mortgage. Yes, 50 years. Not a car loan. It's a lifetime loan. So tonight we're putting these two stories together because they both shape something way bigger than politics or headlines. They shape your future money. And honestly, some of this almost funny. If it wasn't our wallets on the line, of course. So let's get into it. So here's the first story. The Supreme Court may soon decide whether the president can put tariffs on countries without needing approval from Congress. Now, on paper, tariffs sounds tough. They sound strong. They sound like a way to punish other countries. But companies are smarter than that. They're already playing the avoid the tariffs game, like it's the Olympics. I'm talking about rerouting shipping through countries that aren't on the list, swapping tiny parts just to change country of origin, moving factory faster than people move apartments, relabeling boxes like it's arts and crafts day. It's amazing how creative companies can get when their profits are at stake. So meanwhile, you and I can't even get Amazon to deliver on time anymore. But here's the thing. If the courts approves this new tariff power, the prices hit us, not them. I wish tariff worked like movies. You hit them, not us. But unfortunately, in real life, the them becomes you. Because tariffs are basically taxes on products. And Americans buy the products. So let's talk about what happens if the court sides with the president. Number one, prices rises. Again. Not everywhere, but in the things Americans buy the most. Like, for example, cars, electronics, tools, appliances, clothes, anything imported or built with imported parts. In other words, everything that already feels too expensive. A fridge that costs $1,500 today could be $1,700 tomorrow. And companies will smile and tell you, it's the market. Sure. Number two, companies get even more creative. If you think companies are already doing gymnastics to avoid tariffs, wait until they get new rules to dance around. This is like giving them a new season of a show they're already binge watching. Number three, this becomes the new normal. So if one president gets this power, every future president will want it. And the more unpredictable tariffs become, the more unpredictable your shopping cart becomes. This is why the Supreme Court ruling matters. It isn't about Trump or Biden. It's about how easily future prices can be changed overnight or from the Oval Office. And in the middle of all this chaos, we're trying to buy groceries and plan for the holidays. Okay, so now let's shift to the second story. And this one honestly feels like it becomes straight out of the comedy sketch. There's talk again about a 50-year mortgage. Not 30, not 40, but 50 years. It's like half of the century. A mortgage so long, you might need a birthday cake just for making payments. But let's joke aside. This is serious, especially for young Americans. Because this isn't just a new mortgage option. This is a sign that home prices have officially broken reality. So let's break it down. Here's the simple version. A 50-year mortgage lowers your monthly payment, but increases your total cost by a ridiculous amount. For example, a 30-year loan might be around $2,200 a month. A 50-year loan might drop it around $1,800. Sounds helpful, right? But over the life of the loan, the difference in interest could be enough to buy another house or a lifetime supply of Starbucks, whichever hurts more. And this is why banks adore the idea. They get paid longer, a lot longer. But let's talk about who really pays. You, your kids, your future. Here's something important. The age of the first-time home buyers just jumped. In the 1980s, around 25. In the 1990s, around 28. 2000s, early 30s. And today, 36 years old. That's the oldest point in modern history. So picture this. You're 36, right? And then you take a 50 years mortgage. You're done paying around 86 years old. You will literally finish paying your mortgage around the same time Social Security wonders if you're still alive. And for young people in their 20s and 30s trying to buy right now, So rent is almost as high as the mortgage. Insurance is up. Student loans are back. Groceries feel like luxury items. And a 50-year mortgage may help people qualify, but it doesn't help people own because home prices are too high. And instead of lowering the prices, the system is stretching the payment. It's like going to the store looking at a $6 gallon of milk and the cashier says, "Don't worry, you can pay it off over 10 days. So the price didn't change. The pain just got spread out. So with a 50-year mortgage, your equity grows lower than dial-up internet in 1998. So the first 10 or 15 years, mostly interest. Homeownership stops being the start of wealth and becomes a long-term bill. For a lot of younger families, the dream of owning a home turns into a renting for the bank forever. So tariffs and mortgages might seem two completely different topics, but they actually reveal the same truth. The pressure is being pushed down onto regular Americans. Tariff raises prices. 50 years mortgages stretch debt into old age. So companies can adjust. Politicians can debate. But families have to live with the results. So the cost of living isn't decreasing. It's transforming. And the way these stories are unfolding tells you something very, very real. Nobody is lowering the price. They're stretching the payment. So when I first read these headlines, I honestly thought, is this real? Or did I click on the onion by mistake? Because you were heading towards a world where grocery costs more, cars cost more, rent never goes down, and now homes require a 50-year plan? At this point, the only thing not going up is my patience. And I think a lot of Americans feel the same way, especially going into the holidays. People are watching their spending more. Some are buying fewer gifts. Some are holding off on big expenses. And some just want stability again. And when you hear prices might rise again because of tariffs and we may offer a 50-year mortgage to make homes affordable, it's hard not to laugh or cry, or actually both. So whether the Supreme Court gives the president long-term tariff power, or whether the 50-year mortgage becomes the new solution, whether the prices rise because companies find loopholes, one thing stays true. You deserve to know what's really coming before it hits your wallet. Because the more you understand, the better you can prepare. And the smarter your decisions become, and the less these surprises knock you off balance. So stay aware and stay prepared. And as always, protect your wallet.